christiangeekcentral.com.
Our friends at SPECULATIVEFaith.com are lending us another article, this one titled The Last Impossibility, written by Shannon McDermott, published April 24th, 2019. She writes, "Death is the great universal fact of life, as universal as birth. It rings down the curtain on every human play, sends everyone home in the end. We all know this. We are all overshadowed by what G.K. Chesterton called the last impossibility. It's curious that we don't take death more seriously than we do. Our popular culture overflows with glib platitudes, all cataloged in our books and movies. You know the platitudes. He lives in your heart. She lives in your memory. The departed is, well, take your pick. Inside you, inside all of us, around us, in the love or legacy or memory she left behind. The dead are anywhere but gone. Our culture, as manifested in popular books and movies, does not look to the blazing dawn of the first Easter, but usually it is equally unwilling to look at the cold finality and ultimate aloneness of the body in the tomb. What we end with is a popular culture that will face neither the darkness nor the light. I would not recommend as a curative that every instance of death in our fiction be expanded to contain the fullness of Christian doctrine on the subject. There is certainly no reason to constantly elide the resurrection. Its riches are too rarely mined, even among Christians. But not every story has space for the doctrine or the riches, and such things are not to be forced. I wouldn't ask that every story with death be a story about Easter, but I would like to see more books and movies get beyond the standard Hollywood cant. It is possible to catch some rays of light, to hint at hope or even just mystery. J.R.R. Tolkien hinted at hope when Aragorn, in the face of death, offered this consolation: "In sorrow we must go, but not in despair." Not that we need such exalted contexts as Lord of the Rings to find the hope and the mystery. They are possible everywhere. Emily Blunt's performance of Where the Lost Things Go dreams of an unknown place, maybe behind the moon, where lost things might be found. Gone, yes, the song concedes, but gone where? And that hard question is more comforting than the glib answers. If a story is not to have the light, I would take even a measure of darkness over artificiality. Honest sadness is better than false comfort. I've heard the cliches so many times that all I can think when a book or movie trots them out again is that nobody wants the people they love to be inside of them. The greatness of love is that it gets you outside of yourself, that it brings you into contact with another soul in this huge universe. No one wants a memory, an image, an echo. It's not the same, and it's not enough. We want a real, living person. We don't need courage to face the darkness. We need hope. Christ's resurrection teaches us that death is not to be accepted or dreaded. As we absorb that reality into our hearts, so may it be reflected in our stories. We are not to be driven to the pale ghosts that haunt our hearts for comfort, nor must we pretend that death is not hideous, for death is an enemy, but a conquered enemy. Some good thoughts there from Shannon McDermott. Again, the article is titled The Last Impossibility. You can find that and a bunch more great content over at SPECULATIVEFaith.com.